The members of a supernatural exploration club called 0.0 megahertz explores a haunted house to prove the existence of frequencies that attract ghosts. Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome back. If you are returning, if you watched my April recap video, I kind of teased this movie that I had watched and intended to review last week, but then I decided to watch that cursed movie instead. So we're gonna review this one now. It's 0.0 megahertz. It's a title that just rolls off the tongue. It's a Korean horror movie directed by Soo Yeon-dong. Probably said that wrong. And it stars Eunji from A-Pink, who I've only ever seen in rom-com K-dramas, so seeing her in a spooky movie is pretty cool. Getting right into it though, I feel like this movie had potential, but let me down a little bit, and the main reason for that is the weird ass title. I feel like I shouldn't have been this fixated on the title, but I couldn't help it, because I feel like the title, you know, like it sets you up for the movie, and like I said in the summary, the title for the movie is also the name of this like ghost hunting club at some university. It's called 0.0 megahertz. It's a weird name for a movie. It's a weird name for a club. But I figure if they're gonna call the movie that and they're gonna call the club that 0.0 megahertz has a lot to do with the ghost hunting, right? Wrong. I don't think that 0.0 megahertz is like a thing, especially not a thing in like ghost hunting, because like in the movie I think they were measuring her like brain activity, and from what I could tell in the movie it looked like her brain frequency, all these air quotes, hit 0.0 megahertz. I don't think the science behind the movie is sound, but I mean, it's whatever, it's a movie, they can make up whatever they want to. But I feel like that whole like frequency at which you can contact ghosts or whatever within the movie only factors into like 2 seconds of the entire film. So after the first 30 minutes of the movie, we're done with 0.0 megahertz. It doesn't matter anymore. I just feel like it was weird that it's the title of the movie and it's the name of the club in the movie, and it literally doesn't mean anything to the majority of the film. So once I got over the whole like title of the movie, I noticed the visual effects were really good, especially when they're used like to highlight something about an actor, like when like a possessed character does something creepy, like their mouth opens like way wider than like is physically possible, that sort of stuff. I find that a lot about Korean horror movies that I've seen though, like the visual effects are always like really good, especially when they're used, like I said, to highlight something. Obviously, if you're like looking at a monster, or in this case, a ghost in the movie, that's all CGI. Obviously, it's noticeable, but it still looks good. Like they're just really good at visual effects, I guess. But my biggest gripe with the movie, which is my gripe a lot of times with movies, is the characters. The characters, I'm sorry, but they sucked. Like they were all like the most like one-dimensional characters I've ever seen in a movie. I feel like Eunji's character gets a lot of character development really fast, like right at the end, which I feel like they could have done at the beginning of the movie. There was a moment where they could have given us a little bit of development that they rushed at the end and made her character a little deeper, considering she's the main character, but they don't. And for the majority of the movie, her only personality trait is that she can see ghosts. And that's it. And the other characters are just as one-dimensional as she is. But I feel like this movie isn't meant to be deep or really say anything. Like, it's, you know, there's not like a deeper message or anything like that. It's just meant to be one of those like teen horror movies you go see for some cheap scares. Because like I said, it stars Eunji, who is a very popular idol in South Korea. She's part of a girl group called A-Pink. She's been in other K-dramas before. It also stars Sungyul from Infinite, who is another K-pop idol. That's another idol group. So those two are the stars, and the fact that you have like these two big idols in this horror movie reminds me of like the dumb slasher movies that I love from the aughts that I love, that always starred in some capacity a very popular like teen celebrity, or a celebrity that was super popular with the teens, like, you know, like My Bloody Valentine with Jensen Ackles, Friday the 13th, and House of Wax with Jared Padalecki, Chad Michael Murray, you know, like the stars that would like draw in the teenagers. But it's just like it's just like something you go to have fun with your friends. So you go and like swoon over the hot celebrities and get a little creeped out by like the cheap jump scares. So it's not particularly deep. It's not a particularly well-rounded horror movie like I'm used to watching, but I don't think that was really the point of it, so I can't fault the movie for that too much, because there are plenty of American horror movies that are just as shallow, and that's like the whole point. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's also not the best that South Korea has to offer in terms of horror, I think. I'm middle of the road on this one. I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5. On IMDb, it has a 4.6 out of 10. There is no consensus on Rotten Tomatoes, and on Letterboxd, it has a 4.2 out of 5. So if you've seen 0.0 megahertz, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Really quick, I want to thank my creepy patron peeps for their support of my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep yourself, you can follow that link in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here, or if you've been lurking, become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys very soon. Until then though, stay strange. Bye.